Welcome back to the Friday 13th YouTube channel, Metalheads. Today you're going to be watching an interview with Denmark's finest thrash metal band, Artillery. Now, I've just interviewed Mike, which I'd like to thank Mike for doing this interview, and I'd also like to thank Mighty Music for setting this up. So please leave comments, share on social media, and thanks for watching, Metalheads. My interview's coming soon. Stay metal. Yeah, how are you doing, Mike?
Hello, good to see you again.
So, everybody, we're talking to Mike from Artillery once again. Welcome to Friday 13th again, Michael. How are you doing? You good?
I'm doing fine, and I'm glad to be back on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, good. So, how's your day been? What have you been doing today? What's been happening in the world of artillery in Denmark this afternoon?
We just been out rehearsing here because we are going on a big tour in United States here from the 26th of March, and we have some days in between, and we go to 21st of April, and then we go to play some shows in Brazil in May, and go back to United States in June. So we have a
Wow,
lot of shows coming.
that's
So
good.
that's
So,
cool.
who are you playing with in the States? Who's the tour with?
We played in a festival, I know, with the Flotsam and Jetsam, with the Third Uncle, and with Jack Panther, I think. And we played some shows in Canada with Raven and with Vicious Rumor.
Okay, say hello to the Raven guys. As you know, I toured with those guys back in 2017.
Yeah,
So, are you
good
gonna are you
guys.
gonna are you gonna tell the guys from Anvil to come to the show? Are they playing anywhere
Hope,
near Anvil?
yeah, Annual, yeah. I
Are
hope
they?
so.
I'll mention that you're playing out there because you met them all in Copenhagen when I
Yeah,
was out there.
yeah, yeah.
So, hey, yeah,
Good
great.
guys.
Okay. So, it's going to be a fantastic tour by the sounds of it. A very interesting year
Yeah.
for artillery.
We really look forward to that because we always love to play live, and it couldn't be better than go to a big tour in the United States and some days in Brazil. We have some more days in Denmark, so yeah, there's happening a lot of things.
Awesome. So, I mean, the last time we spoke, Mike, was for the last album, which was X in 2021 on Metal Blade Records. Just briefly, how successful of an album was it in sales for you in touring?
I think it was a band album going really good. It was on the German chart list, and I know the people like it, and we got very good response from very good reviews. So I think it was good because many people like it until we always try to keep the roots in our soul and still trying to have a little bit of the movement in it. So I think it was very good. People like it.
Awesome, awesome. So when you look back at your very first album, Fear Tomorrow on Neat Records, that was a cult classic album. Would you say that's the cult classic album for Artillery, or would you say Terror Squad, which is the cult classic in your eyes?
Oh, that's hard to say. But of course, the first album always has a special place in your heart, and we still play three songs from that live. So we play Eternal War, we play the Almighty and Deeds of Darkness, and for Terror Squad we play Terror Squad and the Challenge. So I think both albums have a bit of a cult. I think because many people either like the first one or the Terror Squad. If I remember right, you like Terror Squad most.
Yeah, I do. It's my cult classic album. I mean,
Yeah.
do you ever think of changing the songs from them out from those albums instead of doing those five songs you mentioned? Do you think of doing different songs from that album?
Yeah, as a we played the Eternal War. We hadn't played that for a long time, and I know we are talking about playing Into the Universe for the first album. We have been playing in the Trash from Terror Squad, and we also have a plan maybe to play Hunger and Greed. So I think we're gonna change, some way, but it's always difficult because we have so many songs now. So people really want to hear some special songs. So we try to change them a bit every time.
I mean, I remember you telling me a long time ago that you used to rehearse in the same studio as Metallica back in Denmark, and you were like,
Mm.
are you keep in touch with those guys still?
I talked to Lars when we played at Copenhell, where the record was recorded, and then he got our new album with us, and I gave him the new album, and he said hi, and we talked a bit, and I hope someday we can be play together with them. That could be really cool. a
Yeah,
big dream.
I think he should, but I think he'll blow them off stage. Don't forget, you're the brutal band out there too.
Maybe, but I still think the newest Metallica is a good album. So of course it's not Master of Puppets, but I still think it's a good album.
Yeah, I mean, the first album that you did, Fear of Tomorrow, was a very brutal, raw production, wasn't it? And it
Mm,
really shined through. It's like that really dirty bass guitar sound. I
yeah.
mean, did it sell well for you when it first came out? Was it a good seller?
Yeah, I think it went okay. It went okay because we were on the Need Records at that time, and the Need Records was on the forward to going better and better. I know Terror Squad had a bit harder time because at that uh, time Venom didn't make an album who really didn't sell, so they lost a lot of money on that. So I
That's a
think
shame
If
because
Tomorrow.
Terror Squad was a brilliant album. I mean,
Mm,
obviously it wasn't as savage as the first album was production wise and song wise, but I thought it was better production all around. I thought the songs were more catchier. Do you agree?
yeah. Yeah, we have got a development from the first album to Sarah, as we also got a development for Van Harrison's. That's the way when you play music, you have to be better and better, and because you want to practice more and you want to make better songs. You try to do better songs. So, but I still love those two albums. So I always enjoy playing songs from them also. So that's cool.
I mean, I know Axe Killer Records released them later on in
Yeah.
years. I believe Metal Man may be involved. Were Metal Man involved later on with those releasing those albums?
Messelmine did the box with the four first albums, including the two first and Van Harrison and back. They also released them separately with bonus tracks on, and they did do Fear Tomorrow and Terror Squad again.
Okay, so which would you say sold the most between between the Fear of Tomorrow and Terror Squad? Which you think was the most selling album for you of those two albums?
I think it's Spear Tomorrow, but I think they're very close. I don't think there's a big difference. I think the album who sold most in the start was Van Harrison's because it was on Roadrunner and came more out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, did you do much touring for the first two albums? Because I don't believe you played England. And if you did, it probably been like London or
No,
something.
I think on the first album we only played in Holland and Belgium and Denmark. On the Terror Squad we played some more shows. We never played in England there. We played after that album we played in Russia before we made the Van Harrison's album. But we only played in England one time with Onslaught back in, I think, 2016 or something
That's
like
I
that.
was there. I was at the Sheffield gig, if you remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would really be glad to go back there, and I really try to get us on festivals, like
Okay.
the blood sports and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I mean,
we never had success.
Bloodstock's a
Yeah,
very interesting, difficult festival to play. They seem to be going more extreme these days and kind of pulling away from a lot of the traditional bands. I mean, you guys would be fantastic to play there. Why you
yeah.
haven't played is another thing.
I don't know why we tried, and I also got the the girl who drifted said to me once we would love to have artillery play there, but we never succeeded there. So if you ever talk to them, say we are really prepared. That's one of my goals to go back to England and play some shows again,
That would be
and
brilliant.
maybe we could do it with yeah, Venom Incorporated maybe with Tony. I know Tony. Yeah, it's a good guy. It could be fun to do something with them.
That would be a great tour, Artillery and Venom Inc. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, or Tigers from Pantang, also good guys. So you never know, but I'm really looking forward to do that.
I mean, you're on the same label as Tigers of Pantang, aren't you? So have you ever spoke to the label about maybe you guys doing a tour together? How do you think Tigers of Pantang would feel about a thrash band with a classic metal band?
Yeah, that would be a cool deal, I think. And I know Michael, the owner of the label, had talked a little bit about it. So maybe let's see. We played with the Tigers two shows, in Denmark before. So I would love to do it again.
Brilliant. I mean, the third album that you released, by Inheritance, that was a little bit more. cleaner production, wasn't it? And you did the Nazareth song, Razzmatazz. I mean, why did you want
Mm.
to do? Why did you do that song by Nazareth and not another song? Was there a reason why?
The reason was that in fact, we missed a number at that time. We had a lot of ideas, was not finished. And then we all liked the song Razzmatazz. So we saying, okay, let's do that and see how it works, you know. So if you have songs enough, I don't think it was going to make it on the album. Don't do so much cover, you know. We only did the Metallica cover song, also Trapped on the Rise because of Morten. It was Morten's favorite song.
Yeah.
When he died, we did the single, but we don't do so many cover songs. You know, we want to play our own songs. So
I
that's
mean,
why.
it's been like what 24 years since the passing of your brother Morten. I mean, it must be still a shock. I mean, you're playing live and recording new albums. You
Mm.
must be thinking that your brother's with you spiritually every day when you're writing songs and playing. Do you get that feeling from him?
Yeah, I still missing a lot. We had to know that we have been together all the time when playing music. You know, from we were small kids. So it was really hard when he couldn't play live at first. Then he got sicker and sicker, and when he died, it was really tough. I really miss him, but you can't change it. And I know if he could see it now, he would say, "That's cool, keep going. I want you to play."
Yeah, brilliant. And like I say, it's just a shame. I mean, I have actually photos of you and me and your brother in Denmark when I went for
Yeah,
something to eat with you. Well, I don't know if you've got them photos. If not, I'll have to send them to you. I'm pretty sure you've got them.
yes. Please send them again. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do,
I
definitely.
think my son was there too.
Yeah, Kenny, yeah.
Yeah,
So what's he
yeah,
doing now? What's your son doing now?
yeah. He's working. He plays a bit more music for himself, you know, but he really don't want to go, you know, out to the big places and play and he don't do so much of that. So unfortunately, I love him to play a bit more, but you know, it's not working.
No, I mean, the next album that he did was the back album. That was like a 9 year period before you came back with that album. What made
Yeah.
you want to come back and continue after that album?
The reason why we did back was we did on Target. We did Deadly Relics, who was the old demo songs, and at that time we did a release party where we played 4 songs, four artillery songs, and a cover song. We did Paranoid with Black Sabbath because we couldn't rehearse so much at that time. We didn't, you know, it was not a full band at that time. But then the owner of Die Hard Records was there, and he said to us, "Guys, I really wanted to make a new album. Can we do an album more?" And then we said, "Yeah, okay, we can try it." And Fleming, who was not really keen on going, you know, playing again, he said, "Okay," because he there was some money in it also, so he wanted to do that. And we did that, but it was more like a project for me in a real band, you know, effort. But I still think they have some catchy, good songs on it. Cybermind, for example.
I've noticed that all your albums are like there's a period of like 5 or 6 years between each album. Is there a reason why? I know obviously Morten passed away and like you probably had some lineup changes. Is that the reason why every album took so long, like a period gap?
Yeah, maybe, maybe because I got a lot of the the work on it, you know, to make songs. But I think I still have always wanted to be prepared enough before we go to the studio and make some new album. And that's why it takes some time.
Okay, because I mean, like the last album like came out a couple of years ago. I mean, your old guitarist left Krugen recently, didn't he? What was the reason from leaving? Because it was really cool to meet him when I met him on tour, you guys.
Yeah, so we had some really good times, but the problem was he didn't want to play so much live, and he always also wanted to be more like have his own band, you know, and he wanted to go one direction, and we wanted to go another direction, and that's somehow some is sometime, you know. So we have got a new player now called Rennie Lua, who's a favorite player. He plays really good and a very, very good person. And he really wants to go out to play all those shows we have to come to play now. So it's a good rehearse. Yeah, he's really good.
So what band was he in before Michael? Before joining Artillery?
He had been it's very big in Denmark, a Metallica jam band, and he played in a band called Furious Trauma.
Oh, I know those guys. Yeah, Furious
Uh,
Trauma. They were like a thrash band.
yeah, so he can play, and he likes to play the fast songs, and he also likes to play the more mid-tempo songs and style like that. So he's a really good guy to get.
Okay, are you still friends with Kurgan then? He obviously, what's happened? Are you still friends? You still talk to each other, even though you've gone separate ways?
Yeah, I know hard feelings for that because he did his own band now, and I wish him luck with that. No trouble there.
Okay, then. So, I mean, the last album, X, was a brilliant album. How do you see each album as a progression from Fear of Tomorrow to the X album? How do you see you guys progressing with each album?
Of course, we will be a lot better musicians than we was on the first album. That's one thing, and I think we have been challenging more, trying to do more things. Still a melodic thrash metal band, but we also put things in from it from the 80s and some 70s stuff inside the things. Still have the roots for the thrash metal, but also be very the hook lines also be stronger. I think
Okay, then.
that's main.
Yeah,
Better production does.
that helps. It does help you have a better production without a doubt. Recently, like last year, Josh passed away sadly. Another tragic
Yeah.
in the band. I mean, I did dedicate my website to him and your brother as well last year. But was it difficult for you guys to carry on, thinking like we're having so much bad luck with my brother and Josh Lee dying? Do you think was it difficult to find a replacement? Did you want to carry on?
Yes, of course. Especially when Morten died was the toughest time for me because that was the first time I was thinking, do you really want to go on? But I remember his last words to me was, "You don't dare to stop, Michael. Just keep pushing." And that's what's the main reason to survive. And I'm really glad we did it now. And I'm really glad that Morten was on the Face of Fear album because that was his last effort on the album side. And he at first he even think he could play there because he was in bad condition there, but he did it. And I'm really, really, really glad about that. He made a song on the album, and he also played guitar solos. So I was really, really glad about that.
Yeah, but
And of course, when just died, it was very tragic also. Also because I was a very good friend with him. It was always just I had split room with we were on hotel or anything. We all shared the room and was very good friends. So he had a really rough time last in his life. So it was really sad. And he was taking a break from the band at that time because we were playing in Honduras in Mexico. And I got the message that he was dead, and it was really, really tough. And
yeah.
we had a band meeting and said, what are we doing? Are we stopping going home or are we playing? But I know also Josh wouldn't have us to go home because he was caring about the fans and I said, don't mess with the fans. No, you have to make it and do it for them.
Yeah, I mean, you got Frederick replaced him. What band was Frederick in? How many auditions did you actually do for drummers after Josh passed away?
We really didn't do any so much. We did 3 or 4, I think. But Frederick was a very young guy, only 25 years, and he came down, sent me 3 videos of 3 songs he played, and we were always like, "Wow, he's a damn good drummer, plays really cool, and he really likes dead jokes, so that's why he get in the band."
Awesome. So, I mean, you are you still technically left Metal Blade Records now and doing onto Mighty Music? Are you still with Metal Blade, or have you left them altogether now?
So we have had we have the what we call 4 albums, 3 albums and one option for one album. We have done now. So I have the the thing we can send some new stuff to them, and and then they can hear it and say, and then we can see if we can get a new deal. But there's
Okay.
no hard feelings because maybe they want to go another way. Maybe we want to go another way. Let's see what happens.
So Mighty Music only released the live album for you. That's the deal, just like the live album. So
Yeah.
I mean the
Also,
album. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, also because the live album, Metal Blade didn't want to make a live album. They only wanted to do it like a bonus for a new album, if they wanted to do. But and then we have to wait a long time before it really came out. And we wanted to get out so fast we can after Josh was dead, And then Michael from Target said, we want to do it. And I talked to Mr. Blade of us, and they say, that's cool, you can do it.
Right then.
So
So
that's why.
live Raw. Why the title and why did you decide to do it at Copenhell? I know we all know Copenhell's a big Danish festival. Was that the reason you wanted to do it on the home ground?
Yeah, so I personally really like Copenhagen because that's one of the biggest festivals in Denmark and one of the most varied. They have a lot of different bands. One day you can see Black Sabbath play. The next day you can see Destruction play, for example. So you have a lot of stuff I like. There are really a lot of good bands playing there. And also on our home ground, we have to open the big stage, and there was a lot of people already there at 1 o'clock. So we decided to, in the start, it was meant to be like 2 or 3 bonus tracks we will do. But when we heard the whole album, we were saying, and all people said to us, "You have to release that. You have to release that. It's have so good sound on it, and you really like to play. We can hear that. You love to do this, and that's why we did it, and also a dedication for Josh.
Yeah, that's good then. So live Raw, was that the only title you had for this live album?
I mean, we always had, but we call it raw and live because it was like it sounded. It's not go to the studio and make a lot of different things, and no, we just took it like we play there. We sound like that day. That's why raw live at Copenhagen.
Okay, then. So was it difficult to put that set list together where you've been the first band on?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, our producer Søren Andersen played after us, before us, on another stage, and he was delayed. So we had one song, The Almighty, should have ended the set, and we couldn't play it. Hadn't time to play it because of that. So that was a bit funny that our producer did that.
What
So we
band
have
was
had
what
to
band
get.
was Jacob in? What was he playing? What band was he with?
Søren Andersen played in electric guitars, and
Right.
he played that, and that he played his own solo project, called Søren. Was not with Glenn Hughes there.
All right, interesting. So I mean, like I say,
Yeah.
did you ever think of putting this out as a live DVD when you played the Copenhagen?
Yeah, we thought about that, but it was really difficult to get it arranged at that time because, as I said in the start, it was only meant to be 2 or 3 bonus songs. So we didn't sort about DVD at that time. But I wish we had done it because I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, it's a really good live raw album. So the future of Artillery, have you got any new songs wrote, Michael? And what sort of direction are you going in?
Yeah, in fact, we are playing a new song here, and we played in Denmark, and we taken that with us to the United States called "Ghost in the Machine." Also with the new the singer Martin Steen, who's really close to Fleming on many things, and that's really fun. But we are also working on 3 or 4 other songs at the moment. But the Ghost in the Machine is a song who have a little bit of the challenge in it, I think, and a little bit of the face of fear, and a little bit of 10,000 Devils combined in sometimes. That was people say to me. So
Okay,
it's
that
have a bit of a lot of things, have some fast things, some middle simple things, and some all combined.
all right. So Michael's left the band then.
Yeah, because Michael had and that's had he had a lot of trouble with getting away on to play live because of he has a son and he has some trouble with his girlfriend, his wife at that time. They've been divorced now, and she wanted him to have seen the son on special times, and thus he couldn't compare with combine with playing live.
That
So
sucks.
you only could play, second week or something like that, and we couldn't make it function that way. But I'm still very good friends with Michael. There's no hard feelings, and
Wow.
we still talk, you know. And I know he got a lot of projects where he can sit home and don't go out to play live so much and be on studio records and stuff like that.
So who
That's
replaced
more
him?
him.
Who's replaced him, Mike? Who's replaced him?
Michael,
Yeah, is that the new? What band was he in?
yeah, Martin Steen is his name, and he's been playing with a lot of bands. He played in Iron Fire. Been playing with Force of Evil with Hank
Oh yeah, I
and
know he
Peter.
is now. Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah, and he's played in Evil. So he has a lot of he played in a lot of things. Very
Oh
good guy and very good friend of us also. And he's really put a lot of effort in the new songs. So wait till you hear him. You will be
wow. So have you
you will
got a
be
new?
really
Have you got any new song titles wrote yet besides Ghost in the Machine? Have you any other titles?
yeah. We just got one man who I can't remember it right now. It's very new. I just saw the lyrics, but we have three songs and one as I said, so have we had a very fast song, and we have a and we tried to do a very doomy song, like a very inspired by Candlemass Trouble, just to try out and see if it works. Let's
Oh,
see.
excellent.
We don't know if it's gonna work, but it's had some really good things in there, I think. So maybe let's see.
That's good because I'm a big Trouble fan, so I'm
Yeah, that's
looking
cool.
forward to hearing this doom
Yeah,
elements in your music for a
yeah. Also
change.
because if you have a lot of fresh things, it would be nice to have a doom song in between.
Excellent. So is this album going to be released this year?
Yes, our plan is to make the songs finished after we go home from playing in the United States in June. So in July or August, we will see on it, and maybe we can do the studio time in December. So I think it's first will be next year, but let's see.
Are you going to be using Jacob Hansen to do the production on this mastering, or
I'm not sure, but maybe as we have tried with Son Andersen very long time, you know. So maybe it's time to try some new. Let's see. I'm
oh,
very good friend with Jacob also. I know him from very old days, so
yeah?
maybe don't know.
Tell him I said hi because I know him from the Invocator days, way back in the
Yeah,
day.
still.
So, Mike, I want to thank you for doing this interview. Appreciate it. Do you have anything to say to the people watching this on YouTube?
Yeah, go out and hear the new album and listen to it. I think, as I said, it's very honest. It comes from the heart, and I think you can like the sound. It's very good sound. And one thing more, I really want to go back to play in England. So if you know anyone who wants to come, let us know.
Brilliant, Michael.
Take
So,
care and press it.
all right, then, Michael. Well, have a good evening. Thank you for this interview, and thank you.
Take care.
Cheers,
See you,
Mike.
Jason.
See you,
Yeah.
mate. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye bye. Thank
Take
you.
care.